Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock.
Spooky gang, what is going on? It is your boy Tech. Welcome back to Terror of Tech. And ladies and gentlemen, and my spooky brothers and sisters, we are finally here. It's finally time for us to go ahead and start unveiling what horror movies we'll be watching all of October. So for the 31 days of horror in October leading up to Halloween, we're going to be talking about some of the best horror movies and pretty much a definitive list of the best movies that you need to watch this October so you can really get your spooky on. And so with this 31 days of horror, I'm going to release 10 movies of the 31 each video. So for this video, we're going to do 10 of the horror movies that we'll be watching, and then we'll do another 10, and then we'll do another 11. I've been looking forward to this video for a very long time. Us as horror fans wait all year long for us to swing around to October and then finally really be able to get in the mood and really get the vibes popping. So I'm super excited for this video and I can't wait to see what y'all think of these movies that I post. But for the people who are not subscribed to the channel already, y'all go ahead and subscribe to the kid. We're on the road to 1K subs. We just keep grinding, putting these videos out. Like I told y'all, Terror Tech is on TikTok too. So we got content going there. We got content on the tube. And you know, shoot, as we keep going, shoot, both of them might mess around and take off. So like I said, if y'all haven't subscribed already, y'all go ahead and subscribe. Y'all go follow the TikTok at Terror of Tech. And shoot, hopefully very soon we'll be able to hit that 1K mark. Then we'll be looking at 5K, 10K, and then on and on. But like I said, y'all go ahead and subscribe, like the video, and we'll go ahead and jump into this video right now. So, the 31 Days of Horror. Every single year I make a list of all the horror movies that I want to watch for the month of October. I've been doing this for, I can't even tell you how long. It's been at least 5 years. And all of them have been great. Some years I do it where I'm looking at movies that I haven't seen before. So, you know, at least half the list is that. And then the other half is a bunch of movies that I do enjoy. Some of them is just pure bangers. All 31 movies are just bangers of movies that I love all together. And so with this list, it's mainly a list of just pure bangers, just some of the best horror movies that can really get you in the mood for all of the Halloween festivities in October. So to start off this list, the very first movie that I want to talk about is Lights Out. Lights Out is a really good movie. It came out in 2016. Just to give a little bit of a background and synopsis on this movie, Rebecca must unlock the terror behind her little brother's experiences that once tested her sanity, bringing her face to face with a supernatural spirit attached to their mother. So essentially with this movie, there is an entity or an apparition, and it essentially lurks in the shadows, and you can only see it when the lights are out. And so in this movie, they were very creative and did a really good job of being able to implement that. For people who don't know, this movie actually was based on a very short film that I believe won some form of award, and that's why it was able to get a bigger production and turn to an actual movie and be in theaters. Just the concept of this movie is really good. The execution was good as well. Just the overall, just a very good movie. And just seeing how like the entity really has a hold onto their mother. So then you have the whole family angle and everything and how that goes. Yeah, so really good movie. And Lights Out is the first movie that you should be watching. The next movie that I want to talk about is The House of the Devil. This also is a very good movie. It's a movie by Ty West. And just to give a quick background on this movie, in 1983, financially struggling college student Samantha Hughes takes on a strange babysitting job that coincides with a full lunar eclipse. She slowly realizes her clients harbor a terrifying secret, putting her life in mortal danger. This movie, when you talk about something feeling so unsettling and so creepy and just dark and eerie, this is one of those movies that really nails that on pretty much all fronts. Similar to a movie that I'm going to mention a little later, they both do just a really good job of that sense of dread and that sense of abandonment. Like it's just all you. It's just you're the only one that's there, and then you know you hear the different creaks and all that stuff of the house, and Not only that, but then just like the people that she's babysitting for are just mad creepy in their own right. So if I was her, would I be babysitting at the house? Hell no. But regardless, for filmmaking purposes, I mean, it still ultimately is a really good movie. And probably one of Ty West's top 3 movies in my personal opinion. So The House of the Devil for sure is a movie that you should watch. The third movie that I wanted to list is Would You Rather. The first time I watched this movie, I was like, whoa. Like, I mean, we all very familiar of, the game Would You Rather. So it's like, would you rather do this or would you rather do that? But the twist on this movie essentially is it's about a young lady and she's pretty much taking care of her brother who is very sickly. Through, there's a lot of struggle that comes with that. So she heard about this event where this billionaire essentially plays this game and allows people to, and if you win it all, you win tons of money. And so she was pursuing this opportunity so she could be able to take care of herself and her brother. Lo and behold, the game Would You Rather is not as simple as it sounds, and there are many twists involved with it. And that's what really makes this movie good, because you see all of the stakes, and all the people that are there aren't there just to be there for the most part. They're there for, a multitude of reasons, and a lot of them because they're trying to have life-changing money, be able to change their life for the better, and a lot of them don't get that opportunity. So that's all I'm gonna say. But Would You Rather is a banger of a movie. I know it's been on Netflix before, but I don't think it's on there right now. But certainly, if you get a chance to watch it, 100% recommend it. The fourth movie in our 31 Days of Horror is Barbarian. I love Barbarian. The first time I watched Barbarian was in theaters. I didn't really have much of a background on Barbarian and everything about it. Through watching that movie, I was completely shocked at what I saw. So just to give a quick synopsis on this movie, a woman staying at an Airbnb discovers that the house she rented is not what it seems. This movie is pretty much a perfect example of being able to blend a lot of those horror elements that we love, but then throw in a little bit of comedy that really, lightens the mood in some cases, and just is really really just provides very good comedic relief. This movie honestly is just a ride altogether. I've never seen a movie that is remotely close to how this movie is. There's some really nice themes that go on in this movie. It's starred by Georgina Campbell, and then you have my guy Justin Long in it, and everybody knows all about Justin Long in terms of the horror genre. He's almost dang near a legend in that space. It has Bill Skarsgård, also known from It and some other movies as well. The cast is great. The writing is pretty good. It's just overall just a very good movie. It's different from anything you would see, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's really good and really creative, and for sure one of those movies that you should be watching. The fifth movie in our 31 Days of Horror is You're Next. You're Next is one of the best slasher movies. It's a really fun movie. I pretty much love everything about it. It's paced so well. And just to give people a background on it, when the Davidson family comes under attack during their wedding anniversary getaway, the gang of mysterious killers soon learns that one of the victims harbors a secret talent for fighting back. From a revenge aspect, Erin is one of the best final girls in all of horror. The revenge that she got back on all of those people in the family, top notch. Amazing movie. Like I said, this movie is just fun overall. Like, if you're really big into seeing some really nice creative kills, and you're perfectly fine with like gore and all of that good stuff, and then once again having that element of being able to blend horror and comedy a little bit together, this movie isn't just like pure comedic or anything like that, but just really being able to perfectly time those comedic elements makes all the world of a difference in terms of how good your horror movie is going to be. And this movie does that almost perfectly to a T. For sure one of the better horror movies in horror movie history. So for sure, if you're trying to watch something fun and really big into somebody getting revenge on others and things of that nature, this is the movie that you really want to watch. The next movie that I want to mention is The Collector. The Collector is a classic in my opinion, and definitely a banger of a movie. Quick synopsis. Desperate to repay his debt to his ex-wife, an ex-con plans a heist at his new employer's country home, unaware that a second criminal has also targeted the property and rigged it with a series of deadly traps. Can you imagine putting yourself in Arkin's shoes? And he's the protagonist of this movie. But Arkin's coming in there and breaking into a home to find this jewel, and just so you know he can repay the debt to his wife so that she can repay the loan shark. And while he's trying to steal that jewel, somebody else is breaking in, and then he has to avoid not only that person but the traps that he has laid out all throughout the house. I mean, that's just really crazy. It's just a really crazy dynamic, and for the second guy that was coming in, the killer, basically, see that balance between Arkin trying to avoid and fight him at the same time, and you know, there's extra elements of people that he might have to protect as well while he's doing this. Yeah, banger of a movie, and for sure one that you should watch. I'm pretty positive it's on HBO Max, so if you get the opportunity to watch it, go ahead and watch it. The next movie that I wanted to talk about is Black Christmas. Black Christmas, similar to how I was talking about House of the Devil, has that great ability to really capture the atmosphere of, like I said, feeling so alone and vulnerable and just like almost helpless. Like you feel like there's not much that you could do. I just love how, you know, dark it is, and you know, seeing all the Christmas and all the Christmas music in the background and the Christmas lights, and even with the Christmas music playing in the background, it still feels so eerie and so creepy. And then just seeing as the girls get knocked off one by one, and the only one that's left at the end pretty much is Olivia Hussey. Like, I mean, I don't know, it's just all around just a really good movie. It came out in '74. It's a classic, and being completely open and honest, Halloween borrowed some of those aspects from Black Christmas as well, and that's also what makes Halloween such a great movie. But you know, Black Christmas is a pioneer in its own right, deserves a whole bunch of respect, and for sure is one of the movies that you should be watching this October. The next movie that I want to talk about, and I've mentioned this, I believe, in my previous video, if not the previous video, the one before, is Hell House LLC. Hell House LLC is a great found footage type movie. It's a really good movie overall. It has one of those unique abilities to really feel authentic and genuine. So it feels like this is a real movie, like we're just watching it and it just happened to be documented, as opposed to you seeing all the theatrics and the production aspect of really knowing that, hey, this is a movie. So overall, this really might be the best overall found footage horror movie from front to back, considering acting, score, story, the whole nine. I think it was executed dang near perfectly for what they were trying to go for. And so if you love found footage horror movies, this is for sure the movie that you need to be watching. The next movie that I want to list is Sinister. For people who are familiar with the channel, most should know about my affinity for Sinister, as well as the next movie that I'm going to talk about. But Sinister, front to back, is, I would probably say, easily top 10 scariest movies of all time. You can definitely argue top 5 for sure, especially for a first watch. Now, you know, upon rewatch and many rewatches, it's not as scary as it once was. Most, you know, just like pretty much anything that you would do. But just overall, a very good movie, very scary. Ethan Hawke is really good in the movie, and then Ethan Hawke in the movie is a true crime writer, and the whole point of the movie essentially is, you know, he moved into this house where a murder happened because he is a true crime writer, and he's trying to figure out, and it's an unsolved murder at that, and he's trying to get to the bottom of it. He got famous for one of his books because he was able to uncover who the killer was, and that book became very successful. You know, he pretty much does what the cops can't do and all that good stuff. So there's all these things that are playing into the film while he's discovering what's going on, you know, as far as the people who were killed in the house that he moved into. You know, you really get to see that sense of dread and really how it impacts him throughout the film. And so just that aspect, so you have his acting and then the story of it. And don't get me started with the Super 8 films. Those are extremely well done and very creepy, very scary. So just this movie, honestly, is just a banger overall. One of the best horror movies of all time. I would recommend this movie any day of the week. For sure, you should be watching this. And so the last movie that I want to mention, so the 10th of the 31 days of horror, is Evil Dead 2013. Evil Dead 2013, like I said, many people know my affinity for this movie. I think it's the best of the Evil Dead franchise. Just I think it just did a lot of things well. Is the story perfect? No, not by any stretch of the imagination. But when you're thinking of Deadites and a lot of the things that Evil Dead provides, and if you want an Evil Dead movie with a more serious tone, then Evil Dead 2013 100% is the movie for you. It does so many things right. It has the best Deadites. I would probably say it has the best version of the Necronomicon as well. So just when you couple all of those things together, and then the abomination at the end, it just makes for pretty much an epic movie. So this movie, while not perfect, is still one of the most fun and thrilling movies that you could watch. That's all I got for y'all, Spooky Gang. Best believe I'll be back next week with movies 11 through 20 for the 31 Days of Horror. I really look forward to releasing those movies that are on that part of the list as well. Y'all comment down below and let me know what y'all think of some of these movies that I listed, and what are some of the ones that you're looking forward to watching this October. There's so many good horror movies out there, so you really could switch your list up any type of way and it still be a banger list. So I really can't wait to see what you all say. Like I said, y'all follow me on TikTok. Y'all like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. We're on the road to 1K subs. We're gonna hit that by the end of the year. But yeah, Spooky Gang, like I said, that's all I got. And until next time, y'all stay blessed. You already know how we do, baby. Y'all stay spooky.